Hello, today I'll be focusing on ancient Greek architecture. Ancient Greek architecture is best known from its temples where they worship the Greek gods. Fun fact about me, I love Greek mythology. A lot of the ancient Greek temples that we see today are in ruins, but the actual structures seem to be standing strong. Another famous type of ancient Greek buildings are the open-air theatres where people would sometimes go for entertainment. Both the temples and the open-air theatres could date back to around 350 BC. Ancient Greek architecture can be told apart from other ancient architecture by its highly formalized characteristics, both structure and decoration. In the case of the temples, we see this clearly because the buildings appeared to be a sculptural entity within its landscape, most often raised on a high ground so that the elegance of its proportions and the effects of light on its surfaces could be viewed from all angles. Nikolai Pevsner, a historian on ancient art and architecture, describes the Greek temples as a plastic shape with a physical presence more intense and more alive than that of any later building. The ancient Greek architectural style followed three orders: the Doric order, the Ionic order, and the Corinthian order. Before I get into the details of the three orders, let me first give you some of the definitions of the components of an ancient Greek temple that you will need to know. The capital is the topmost part of a column. The abacus is a flat slab between the capital of a column and the structure it is supporting. The echinus, or moulding, is a strip of material used to cover transitions between surfaces or for decoration. Keep those definitions in mind while I explain the three orders. The Doric order developed on mainland Greece and spread to Italy. Its characteristics became well defined and well recognized around 600 BC. This order is recognized by its capital. The moulding is like a circular cushion rising from the top of the column. Doric columns are almost always cut with grooves. This is known as fluting. These grooves run the whole length of the column, and there are normally 20 grooves going around the column. Doric columns didn't have bases until a few examples in the Hellenistic period. The Ionic order coexisted with the Doric order, and it was favorited by the Greek cities of Ionia, in Asia Minor, and the Aegean Islands. It didn't reach clearly defined form until the mid-5th century BC. This order is recognized by its capital, with the spirals on it. The moulding is similar to the Doric order's moulding, but it is decorated with stylized ornaments. Like the Doric order, the Ionic order has signs of having its origins in wooden architecture. The columns have bases, which is needed in wooden architecture to spread the load. These columns have shallow, narrow grooves, and there are usually 24 grooves, but there can be as much as 44. The base has two convex mouldings, called torus, which in the Hellenic period stood on a square plinth. The Corinthian order was a highly decorative version of the Ionic order. It was developed in the Hellenistic period and was popularized by the Romans. This order doesn't have an origin in wooden architecture. It grew directly out of the Ionic order in the mid-5th century BC, and was initially the same style and proportion, except it was highly decorated capitals. It was shaped like a large mixing bowl. The Corinthian order style was used internally at first, like in the temple of Apollo Epicurus. In 334 BC, it appeared as an external feature on the choragic monument of Lysicrates in Athens, and then on a huge scale at the temple of Zeus Olympia in Athens. During the Hellenistic period, Corinthian columns were sometimes built without grooves.